So just a casual little thing happened the other day, and Odens Eye sent me PR. What the actual hell? Oh my gosh, just casual. Be casual though, guys. Be casual. I have been following Odens Eye for quite a long time, and they have been one of those brands that I've wanted to buy from for so long. I have got their Christmas Eve palette, but that is the only experience that I've had with this brand apart from my first impressions of this palette a few days ago. That will be live on my channel if you wanted to see the first impressions. I did this look with this eyeshadow palette. So now I have done 4 looks with this palette. This is one of them that I'm going to be doing today, but I do have 2 others to share with you. Now, in this video, I wanted to use all of these shades, and I have used all except for Mercury, which is kind of like a taupey purple shade, which is very interesting, but I'm sure I will get round to using that very, very soon. But just before we do jump into this video and we jump into this 3 looks 1 palette, if you have not already, like and subscribe, because I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup, as you can probably tell from my eyes today. This palette is so up my street. I absolutely love blue, purple, and yellow. Like, oh, that colour story drives me insane. So this is such an amazing palette for me to be sent in PR. Like, did I mention I got sent this in PR? Oh my gosh, I'm just absolutely baffled still. I will link this palette down below if you are interested in picking this up. It would mean the world to me if you could use my links. It just means that I'm doing a really good job and it helps the channel out as well. So I've tried to do a mixture of looks. I always like to do different styles of looks in my 3 looks 1 palette. I've done 1 look that is kind of more neutral every day, and then 2 looks that are definitely more colourful. So I hope you do appreciate that. And without further ado, let's jump in to look number 1. All right, it is first thing in the morning. I'm still in my onesie. I've not done my hair. It's just one of those days. We're here, we're chilling out with friends. So the first look that I'm gonna do with the new Solmane 2 eyeshadow palette, I wanted to do a look. I had a look in mind. I just didn't know what color story I wanted to do. So I wanted to do a like monochromatic look with a contrasty wing. So at first I was thinking maybe the blue, but then this is the only blue matte, so I didn't want to do that. Then I thought maybe a purple look, but then I've used these 2 purples in my other look, so I didn't want to start this video off with the same 2 shades. So what I think I'm going to do is do the browns and like the yellows, and do a look with the browns and the yellows, and then maybe do this as a wing, the purple. I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. It could all go wrong at any moment, but that's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to start with Satin, which is this very warm brown. I don't really know how this is going to go because this is a very warm brown. This is a kind of cool mid-tone brown and then a yellow. So I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to do quite a basic look. That is very pigmented. It's very pigmented. Yeah, just quite a basic look to begin with, to be honest. You could use this look without the wing as just an everyday neutral work look or everyday going out look, summer look, whatever. I always like to do a range of different looks in my 3 looks 1 palette videos, just because I know that everyone doesn't have my makeup style, and some people might want a really bright, crazy in your face makeup look, you know. I always try and mix it up a little bit, so maybe you could use this look as your kind of everyday, more, not subtle, but more wearable look. This is where it comes out absolutely crazy. In my first impressions video, I didn't set my eye base. Normally I do. I don't know why I didn't. Maybe because I thought I wanted it to be like tacky to make these shadows perform better, but they kind of came across a little bit patchy. So today I have set my eye primer, and I'm going to see if the same thing happens, because I think that it was a little bit patchy just because I didn't set my eyes. Then I'm going to go in with Dust, which is this kind of mid-tone, almost cool leaning shade. I love these kind of shades for every day. Oh yeah, that is a very me everyday shade. I would probably just use this as a 1 shadow eye look. with maybe Colourpop Ritz. Oh my gosh, yes, that would be insane. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing that. It's definitely cooler than that darker brown that we put down. But once it blends, it actually looks really nice. So, okay. My fears are no more. Okay, that's blending really, really nicely. There's no patchiness. So for right now, I do think that that patchiness was just me being a silly, silly goose. I've said it before in my first impressions, I really like how these eyeshadows are more buildable. I don't feel like the pigment is right off the bat, like super intense. I feel like you do have to kind of build them up a little bit. And I actually really like that. I think that a lot of the time you use an eyeshadow and you're just like overwhelmed with pigment sometimes. And I feel like a lot of people think that if an eyeshadow isn't pigmented straight off the bat, then that's a bad thing. But I really don't think that's the case at all. I think a nice buildable formula is really, really good. It just allows you to have some more kind of control over things. And I mean, look at that. It looks great. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Star, which is this yellow. And I'm taking quite a big brush on this because I do kind of want it to take over this look. I want to see that yellow. I want everyone to know that I have used a yellow in this look. And again, I am just building that pigment up. I really like that. It is like an everyday look, but it's something a little bit different, I feel like. With that yellow, it just makes it a little bit more punchy. And I quite like that. It's quite fun. It's not, you know, your everyday, like, normal look, I guess. But that's what I like. I like something a little bit different. And again, this yellow is definitely more of that buildable matte. So you can just have the tiniest hint of yellow if you really want. You could just put a very, very small amount on. But you know me, I'm going all out. Okay, so there the matte's done. I think that's a nice, it's everyday, but it's also something a little bit different. So now I'm going to go in with some shimmers. So the shimmers I'm going to use are Moon and Meteor. So these two yellow tones. So at first I'm going to go in with Meteor, which is the more like old gold shade. That's so stunning. And I'm going to start tapping that on the outer part of this eye look. These shimmers are just breathtaking. I had absolutely no doubt that these Odens Eye shimmers would just be so stunning. I do have the Christmas Eve eyeshadow palette from Odens Eye. And I mean, again, the shimmers in that palette are ridiculously beautiful. So now I'm going to go in with Moon, and I'm just going to use that all over the rest of the eye. This looks so beautiful. I'm going to pop it on. This is definitely almost like a white gold, and it does have some like pink and blue sparkle in there as well, which is just gorgeous. And I am just blending with my finger that outer part just to blend the two gold shimmers together a little bit. And then I'm going to use the big fluffy brush just to diffuse some of the shimmer. Okay, so you could stop there, or you could keep going, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to blend these shimmers a little bit more. Okay, look how stunning this look is. I love that. So I'm going to find a angled brush somewhere, and I'm going to go in with the shade Lunar Eclipse, which I think is, yeah, it's the darkest shade in the palette. So this is going to be amazing for wings. And that's what I'm going to use it for. So I always love purple and yellow together. I think they make such a beautiful color combo. So I'm hoping that the same can be said today. Okay, what do we think? I think that goes really nice. I like this. I am going to just bring it down onto the lower lash line a tiny, tiny bit just to really bring it all together. I think this looks come out really, really nice. Okay, so I'll do the other eye, I'll do my lashes, my lips, put everything on properly, and then I'll be back to show you the final first look. All right, so this is the first look done. What are we thinking? I put my Eyelure 117 lashes on. I did this shade in the waterline, Colourpop Charmer. I've been loving this recently. I've noticed a lot that I've been wearing these kind of shades, just like a deep purple. And I feel like that just really pulls in the purple wing. It's almost like an exact match to the shade, which is amazing. And then on the lips, I have my Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Strawberry. I feel like this also pulls in that purple a little bit as well. And I am wearing my yellow top because any excuse. I feel like I look quite good in yellow, if I do say so myself. So here we go. This is kind of like a everyday kind of look. It's not too in your face. It's not too whoa, but also it is beautiful. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. The mattes blended amazingly. So I am definitely in the mindset that the reason why the mattes were a little bit patchy in the first video was because I was a little bit of an idiot and didn't set my lid. So this is look number one. I don't know what I'm going to do for look number two, but I'm excited and let's jump into that now. All right, so next look that I want to do, I think I want to do a halo eye, right? And I was going to do like the purples and the pinks. However, I've used this shade Lunar Eclipse in both looks that I've done up to now. So my first impressions and the last look that you saw. So I thought it'd be interesting to start with Saturn, this warm brown, and try and blend it out with these pinks. I don't know, I want to do something a little bit different, something that doesn't like jump out in your face to do. I just want to, I don't know, this could go very, very wrong, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it anyway. That's the point of these videos, to try things, and if it goes wrong, I can let you guys know not to do that. So I'm going to go in with Saturn once again, and I'm going to pop this on the outer corner, the same as we did in the last look. So maybe I should have done the purple because I don't want the looks to be similar. I don't want the looks to be the same. So I don't know, just bear with me. I'm hoping that this is going to be a very different vibe. Even though we're starting with the exact same thing, I'm hoping that it will look different. This eye is also pushing my patience. It is starting to leak a little bit, so everyone cross the fingers. Everyone, let's hope that it doesn't start leaking. I have another look to do yet as well, so... And also, I have got a lot of fallout from the shimmers in this palette, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see on camera, but there is... I managed to clean it up as best as I could, but there is quite a lot of fallout, so definitely do your eyes before your base with this palette. Okay, so that's how we started with the last look, but I'm now going to pop this on the inner part of my lid and blend it up into my crease as well. Here we go. This is what we're looking like. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Planet, which is this warm pink matte. And let's see if these blend together. Oh, they do. They do. Oh, that's pretty. Can you see that? I'm really hoping you can see that because these go really well. I'm so glad I tried this. I was very, very nervous to try this, but oh yeah. Because I feel like, me included, but like a lot of people with blends stick with color stories. So they'll do a deep purple, a mid purple, a light purple. But I wanted to just try something different because it's so easy to get stuck in that trap of just doing monochromatic blends. But this works. This works. Definitely try this. It's almost giving a bit of a sunset vibe, which is amazing. You could definitely blend this out with the yellow as well to get that real strong sunset eye. That could be really, really nice for you to do. And I am just going to bring it all the way down on the lower lash line as well. That's nice. I was very, very scared to do this, but I'm very, very glad that I did. Okay, so I've just gone, blended them. They were super, super easy to blend together. Yeah, I like that a lot. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Crater, which is this light pink matte here. I've got the biggest itch. Oh my goodness. I might just use the same brush, to be honest. I'll just dust it off. Also, this little embossing reminds me of Tangled. If you know, you know. Those like flag things. And I love Tangled so much. So I love this palette. And I'm going to start dusting that light pink. Yeah, these two go together so well. Look at that blend. I would really like to try like a blue blended into the purples as well. Or a purple blended into the blues. Maybe I'll do that for my next look because this look has inspired me to just play around with different blending shades. So yeah, maybe I'll try that. But this is the look so far. We're looking a little bit tired. We're looking a little bit like grunge, I feel like. So I don't know what shade to do on the center. Possibly Pluto, which is this purple. But also we could do Moon, which is this yellow. Or maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do the blues. No, not the blues. I'm going to start with Pluto, which is this shade here. And I'm going to start tapping that. Oh, it's quite light. It's lighter than I thought it would be. Okay, yeah, I like this. I'm going to tap it along the center of this eye look. That is nice. This shade has the tiniest bit of like blue sparkles in it as well. And I love that. I find that Odens Eye shimmers are never just like one shade. They're never just one dimensional. And I think that's so stunning. I'm going to use that big fluffy brush just to blend out the shimmers on the inner and outer part of that halo eye. This is just going to make that blend a little bit more smooth. I'm not going to add any more product to the brush. I'm literally just giving it a bit of a wiggle. And then I am going to add more Pluto as well. I think I will add a little bit of Crater just to blend because I don't want to take away any of the pigment. Okay, look at this. I think this is really cute. I really like this look. I was a little bit nervous, not going to lie, but I think it's nice. You wouldn't think that you could get a look like this from this palette, would you? Maybe. But I just think it is really, really pretty. And I'm really, really happy with that. You know what? I don't want to ruin the look. But I've just got an urge. I've just got the urge. You know what it is. Uh-oh, it's blue time. I might put the tiniest bit of Neptune, which is this dark blue, on the lower lash line. You know I can't resist a good blue. You know. Oh, wow. This picks up a lot with a brush. And I'm going to pop it below here. As we all know, blue is always a good choice. That is my catchphrase. I love blue so much. So yeah, good choice. And I also want to try the shade Moon on the inner corner, just because I've not had the chance to do that yet. And it is a very pale yellow. So I feel, oh yeah, it is nice. Because I remember saying in my first impressions that there's not really an inner corner shade, but there is, just as long as you don't use it in your look. I'm feeling very Tangled right now. Very Tangled vibes. So I'm going to go do my lashes, do everything else, come back, check in for this look. Alrighty-o then. This is the second look. I did mess up my mascara here, so don't look at that. No one look at that. It's fine. But I was actually a little bit nervous to see how this one would look, especially because I started with that super, super warm brown and then I put the blue on the lower lash line. But I think it goes with my eyes so nicely. I really, really like this look. What do you think? Do you think this is a look that you could rock? Let me know all your thoughts down below. And with that being said, I am going to jump straight in to the third and final eye look. It's official, my eyes are burning a little bit right now. So if they're looking a bit red or if they're looking a little bit swollen, it's fine. We're going to carry on. We're going to push through. This is the last look for this video. So I looked and I thought, what shades have I not used yet? And I think the only shades that I've not used are Mercury, which is this shimmer, and also Universe, which is this like blue to purple duochrome. I'm pretty sure I've used all the rest of the shades. I did use Dark Matter in my first impressions, so I've technically used that, but not in this video. So yeah, I think they're the only shades that I've not used. So now, like I said in the last look, I want to do a blue to pink to yellow crease. And I think that's going to look really cute. I did have a few skipping issues with the shade Space in my first impressions video. So it's going to be interesting to dip into this and see how this works. I do remember this being one of those very buildable mattes. So it wasn't super pigmented straight off the bat, as you can probably see there. I'm gonna pop this all in the crease. I'm gonna build it up as much as I can. This shade, I would like it to be a little bit darker, but that is just my personal preference. I could probably say that for most shades, to be honest, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. So this shade is already performing a lot better today than how it performed the other day, and that is definitely because I have set my primer after all of these looks. One of the blue looks that I absolutely love doing, and you can definitely do it with this, is the crease and all the lid with just like a matte blue. Blend it out, smoke it out, put like a really beautiful blue shimmer on top, and then do a big wing with some big lashes. And that look is beautiful. You can kind of do it with any color story, really. It doesn't have to be blue, but blue is the way that I like to do it. I love those kind of looks. So if you're looking to do a blue look and you just don't know where to start, that's a really simple one. You can do it with this palette. You can do it with any palette with a blue matte and a blue shimmer that go together. I think that look will always look beautiful. It kind of gives me 80s vibes. I feel like you need a lot of this shade to build it up. I don't know if that's intentional. Like I've said throughout this video, I do like the buildable mattes. This one, for me, for my personal preference, obviously keep in mind I am a blue girl. I love blue eyeshadow so much. But for me, this one is a little bit hard to build up. Like it's not hard to build up, but you need quite a lot of it in order to get that full pigment. And maybe it's just because I've done 3 makeup looks this morning. My eyes are a little bit painful right now, so maybe that's just why. But yeah, it is taking a toll on me. Let's say that for free. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with Planet, which is this pinky shade. We have used this one before. I'm trying to find the brush that I use for this. I am a little bit scared of blue blending in to purple, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna try my best. And the thing is with me, I always get scared of doing things, and then when I do them, I'm like, oh my god, that actually works so well. I should have done that before. So hopefully this is another one of those. Yeah, I think this is working really nicely. I think it would have worked even better if this blue, again, was slightly darker. I feel like these 2 shades are kind of like the same tone, if that makes sense. It's the same depth. So I like my blends to start very deep, and every shade that I add onto the blend, I like it to be lighter. However, with these 2, they are very similar tones. They still work really well together. As you can see, they've blended really nicely. But for my personal preference, if this blue was slightly darker, I think it would just look a little bit better. But I mean, here you go. It still works really nicely. I'm starting to get a little bit of a tear, so we're gonna just ignore that. We're just gonna ignore that. Nothing is there. You can't see anything. It's fine. I've just kind of realized that I should have done my intro and my outro with my first look on, because I wouldn't have had big tear marks, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the more I try and fix it, the worse it's getting. So I'm just gonna keep it how it is. I'm sure you can appreciate my eyes have been through a lot this morning. So I'm gonna go in again with the shade Star, which is this yellow. And this is gonna be my last transition shade. And I'm just gonna start blending that. Oh, that's nice. That is a nice blend. I don't want it to be super in your face, so I am just gonna keep it as this like light wash. But yeah, I like that. I feel like it's taken away slightly from that purple, so I'm just gonna go back over that just to add that purple in again. I think you can see the most in this look here what I mean when I say it's like a wash of color. Like, you really can't see that much yellow. But I know that if I decided that I really wanted it to be seen, I could definitely build it up and get it to be a very, very vibrant yellow. Okay, so now for the shimmers, I'm going to go in with Multiverse, which is this blue to purple. Very pretty. And I'm just going to whack this all over the lid. Here we go. That goes perfectly. I'm really happy with that. Then I'm going to take Moon again, which was that really pale yellow shimmer, and use this as an inner corner. You know what I might do? I might do a wing with my Mitchell liquid eyeliner just to try and cover up these little tear marks because they are quite in your face. So I'm going to put my lashes on again for the last time, try and fix these little corner bits here, and then I'll be right back. What do we think of this look? This one might be my favorite, not gonna lie. It is so pretty. I feel like that eyeliner did, well, maybe not on this eye, but on this eye, it's covered up that little tear mark quite well. Oh, my eyes are gonna be happy in about 10 minutes when I just take everything off. But that little wash of yellow, it's very, very subtle, but it really, really makes the look, I feel like. And that is what I really like about this palette. It's just the subtle looks that you could get, but also you could get bright ass in your face looks like this. So let me zoom out and let me give you some final thoughts. I just filmed this full outro to realize that I wasn't filming. So the Odens Eye Solmane to Moonwish eyeshadow palette, I really, really do like this. I think this is a perfect palette if you're just getting into colour and you're a little bit nervous. I think this is the perfect one to start you out with because, like I've been saying this whole video, the mattes are buildable. The mattes, you don't dip in and then go, oh my god, I've got way too much pigment. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this. So if you did just want a wash of blue, a wash of yellow, a wash of purple, this palette is for you, absolutely. I think the only reason why I was getting a little bit like frustrated with, not frustrated, but a little bit like, oh my god, I just want some pigment by the end of this video is because my eyes are screaming at me. So, you know, having to keep building and keep blending, my eyes were like, girl, we're done now. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, on a normal everyday makeup day, I would have no issue with just building a little bit, getting some pigment, because I just think that it's amazing for people who love colour and are experienced with colour, but it's also amazing for those people who are just dabbling, like kind of wanting some like neutrals. It's got some really nice neutrals yet not neutrals, like these yellows. This brown is like a super rich, warm brown. This cool tone, oh yeah. This cool tone, yes, I absolutely love it. I love cool tones with blues as well, so that's definitely going to be a color story that I've got to play around with this palette. This is one of those palettes that I looked at it for the first time and was like, I'm not really sure what I want to do with it. But then the more that I play with it, the more it unlocks my creativity and the more looks that I see that I want to do with it. And I love that in a palette. I think this is so beautiful. The shimmers as well, the Odens Eye shimmers, they are true indie beautiful shimmers. I absolutely love them. They're piecey, they're duochrome, they're impactful. Absolute 10 out of 10 for the shimmers. I love, 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 love this palette. Thank you so much to Odens Eye for sending me this palette in PR. Of course, I will link it down below if you did want to shop this palette. I'm just over the moon. I think it's over the moon. Oh my god, Moonwish. What a funny pun. But no, I'm over the moon. I really do love this palette, and I think if you love this color story, you will love it as well. So here we go. This is the end of this video, guys. My eyes are like, woo! Thank God. But I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, like and subscribe. It would really mean the world to me, and it will also tell Odens Eye that it's been a good choice to send me this palette in PR. So help a girl out. I hope you have an absolutely incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.